The Mirage Miraj, the fairy tale exposed. Reality versus religion. If I was to relate to you that a man had a magic lamp and when he rubbed it, a genie appeared, gave him a magic carpet, and he flew off into the sunset with his princess by his side, you would say what a lovely story, fiction through and through. Why can you not utilize this same intellectual awareness for fairy tale stories given to us in the name of religion, handed down by our devoid of wisdom ancestors? When you can be made to believe in absurdities, then that is called deaf, dumb and blind indoctrination. The traditional account. The Miraj is the term used to describe the ascent up to heaven of the messenger in order for him to see Allah and receive the praying regulations. He was shown many heavenly delights as well as to peek into hell. According to the hadith, this is filled mostly with women. The story goes something like this. The Miraj is a journey that the messenger took in one night in 71 AD, usually said to have occurred 1 year before the Hijrah, when he left Mecca to go to Medina. Some Muslims consider it a physical journey, but others a dream or a vision. Certain verses of the Quran are used to give Quranic validity to this story, for example verses 1 and 60 of Surah 17, but all the details are taken from the hadith. Funny how the Quran, fully detailed, complete and perfect, needs the hadith to tell us the details. The ascent begins with the messenger in the precincts of the Kaaba in Mecca when the archangel Gabriel comes to him with a winged horse, Burak, right out of the tales of the Arabian Nights, or should I say the Persian's mind, who carries the messenger to the farthest mosque. The location of this mosque is not stated in the Quran, but in the traditions it is the noble sanctuary, Temple Mount in Jerusalem. There the messenger leads other messengers in prayer. He then gets back on Burak and in the second part of the journey is taken to the heavens where he tours heaven and speaks with the earlier messengers and with Allah. Allah tells him to enjoin upon the Muslims to pray 50 times a day. However, Moses tells the messenger that they would never do it and urges him to go back several times and ask for a reduction until finally it is reduced to 5 times a day, though to keep Allah all-knowing, 5 prayers are equated with the original 50. On returning to earth, it is said that very few believed him about his night journey, but it is now celebrated the Muslim world over in the Laylat al-Miraj. To begin with the demolition of this fairy tale, I would like to quote as usual from the most misunderstood of books, the Qur'an.
Glorious is he who initiated the migration of his servant by night, from the sacred masjid to the remote masjid whose environment we did bless that we may show him some of our signs. Ayat in Arabic, he is the hearer, the seer. Signs that the divine system will begin to prevail from there.
Many translators put the name Jerusalem in brackets after the words farthest place, which is not there in the Arabic, and the word signs can also be used to show the implementation of the Quranic system written in Allah's book. The Quran says that we should approach it in a state of mental cleanliness. Hence, we have to read the Quran without any of the preconceived notions that distort its meaning. Purity of mind leads to purity of thoughts, beliefs and action. Why would the messenger need to receive instructions for praying when he had received the whole of the Quran in a process that is called Wahi? The Miraj story has Allah originally not knowing that mankind cannot spend the whole of the day praying or all of the year fasting, but is corrected by his own messengers, Abraham, Jesus and Moses. These same messengers were given wisdom and knowledge by Allah, who then has them teaching him. Does this make Allah all-knowing and all-wise, or does it reflect badly on those who associate such nonsense with him?
My Lord never errs, nor forgets.
The words of the Quran slam the fabricated story into the fires of hell. The mosque in Jerusalem is indeed called Al-Aqsa, but this mosque was built over 100 years after the messenger's death, so could not be the Al-Aqsa that is mentioned in the Quran. Al-Aqsa means a safe haven far away and does not describe by itself a physical object or place, but an environment where Islam was preached and practiced. Also, the word Asra has been understood to mean night flight, which is flapping wings on a journey to the stars. In the following 2 verses, the same word is used to describe the exit of Moses and the children of Israel from Egypt at night, that is, fled at night.
Take away my slaves by night and strike for them a dry path in the sea. Take away my slaves by night, for you will be pursued.
Where are our scholars now? Where are their fabricated stories of Moses and the slaves of Egypt flying off into Palestine on winged horses? There are, according to the same hadith fairy tales, many millions of winged horses in heaven, so why they were not utilized by Allah or the imagination of Bukharian tell, I have not been able to understand. The word Surah has clearly been understood by the impure translators and scholars of the Quran to mean leaving in terms of Moses, which means he fled Egypt at night, but not for the messenger. Moses left Egypt to reach a place of safety so that Islam could be implemented away from the tyrannical Pharaoh, exactly what the messenger did by moving to Medina from the oppressive Meccans. That is why the Quran mentions Moses after the opening verse of Surah 17 to link the two episodes of their respective hijras. The Hijrah, migration. Properly understanding the words Al-Aqsa and Al-Asa gives us a clear meaning to the above verse in Surah 17. The messenger left Mecca, the area of Haram around the Kaaba, at night to go to a place of safety. Any Muslim can tell you that this event was the start of the Muslim calendar at the time of the Hijrah. The messenger left Mecca at night and journeyed. He actually fled the city because there was an apparent plot to kill him, to Medina, where he was able to teach and practice Islam to the people. He built a mosque where he conducted the community's activities based on the Quran. Islam as a way of life was shown to the unbelievers. The signs as quoted above were the revelation of the Quran and how to implement the practical Islam system. The messenger and his companions were normal human beings, and so they proved that Islam was not a theoretical ideology but a reality, a true deen, way of life. The story of Miraj may have incorporated elements from many sources, but it seems to have been in the main based upon the account of the ascension of Arda Virav contained in a Pahlavi book called the Book of Arda Virav Namak, which was composed in the days of Ardashir Babagan, king of Persia, some 400 years before Muhammad's Hijrah, if we may believe Zoroastrian accounts. The 50 to 5 daily prayers also have a lot to do with the Bible.
50 to 10, Genesis 18:20-33. Bargaining with God, the All-Knowing. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin so grievous that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know. The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake, etc. until... Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home.
We now have two options: to carry on and accept the fairy tale understanding of the Quran from our devoid of wisdom ancestors and their mullah god high priests, or turn the Quran back into the sublime revelation as it was given to us by Allah. From Tales of the Persian Nights Bukharian fiction, to the Qur'anic Islam reality. The Quran Unchained.